You know, I was watching football, the New England game.
Yes.
They had snow.
They
Snow
did.
was coming down.
Right, which is not too unusual for them, but it is a little bit early. But that snow went all the way down to South Carolina, the earliest that has ever hit South Carolina. My sister lives out there, and she was sending me pictures of it. Unbelievable. Take a look at this video. Even up in Maine, look at all of that snow coming down. A very early snowfall, up to a foot of snow up that way, wreaking havoc, of course, the farther south you went. In fact, over in Asheville, North Carolina, one of the ski resorts got to open up almost for its earliest time ever because of all the snow that came down. Meanwhile, we had an okay weekend. It wasn't bad. It was dry, but it certainly was a far cry from that. Now, this is really interesting. Let me show you something else that's going on with the weather that's kind of wacky too. So you have Super Typhoon Yuri. This is a snapshot of it from yesterday. Take a look at this thing. Category 5, tied for the strongest Category 5 tropical cyclone of 2014, 180-mile-an-hour winds yesterday. Thankfully, it's not going to be a threat to land. It is going to stay out to sea. It could brush by Japan over the next few days, but it is going to weaken, and most of the activity is going to stay out to sea. What's really interesting with this, though, this is going to head to the north. You hear us talk about, as meteorologists talk about the jet stream and the storm track. Well, this is such a massive storm system that it could actually wreak havoc with the jet stream and situate it so that this big trough is going to develop over the East Coast, so then the eastern half of the country could get ready for a big cold snap again, maybe more snow. It could actually set up the scenario for us in the Pacific Northwest to get a ridge of high pressure building over us, and what that means is we could actually be looking at sunshine for the weekend, a beautiful weekend perhaps. Still a long ways out, but a couple of the really good forecast models are indicating that this may be the scenario. So again, all eyes on Yuri. It's going to continue to weaken and thankfully stay out to sea and not strike anyone at land, and then of course it could bring in those big changes later on in the week. Right now though, 57 degrees, the sun is going down. Of course, the time change over the weekend, it gets dark a lot earlier now. Temperatures will be in the 50s this evening. Some spotty light rain, mainly before midnight. Once we get towards the midnight hour, though, it's going to start to pick up. It's going to be very heavy for us. We may even be able to pick up ½ an inch by tomorrow morning. Sunset tonight, by the way, 4:54 p.m. So it is getting dark a lot earlier for us, and we're going to have a few showers around for the commute. But overall, looks like the heaviest stuff waits until the overnight hours. So you can see some of that light rain starting to fill in out towards the coast range and back in coastal areas. Wind speeds are also picking up and down the coast, so do expect winds perhaps up near 40 miles an hour overnight. The winds will start to taper off tomorrow. Rain and cloud forecast here. Showers continue to develop, and that rain develops overnight tonight. It will be heavy at times for us. Coastal areas could pick up anywhere from an inch, perhaps 2 inches by tomorrow morning. This is right around midnight. You can see it gets a little more intense all the way into the Cascades. Central and eastern Oregon will get a bit wet out of it too, but most of the heavier stuff will stay from the Cascades back toward coastal areas. Tuesday morning, tomorrow morning, the commute could see some spotty light rain, but the roads will be very wet. Again, we could pick up ½ an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch of rain in the Willamette Valley. And then by tomorrow afternoon, a lot of the activity starts to die down, and it continues to die down through Wednesday. In fact, Wednesday looks pretty decent for us, mainly dry day. So your weather headlines: wet and breezy overnight, ½ an inch to 3/4 of an inch possibly. Fewer showers tomorrow, wettest tomorrow morning, and then midweek looks mainly dry. And again, watching for perhaps some weekend sunshine. So some good news there. Your forecast for the coast: upper 50s for you. Winds 20 to 30 miles an hour, gusting to 40. Very heavy rain, I-5, heavy rain tonight, tapering off tomorrow, central and eastern Oregon, 50s for highs. Snow level 8,000 feet, so well above pass level. Hood River could pick up ½ an inch overnight tonight, and then Portland, looking ahead Wednesday, mainly dry. Thursday, more rain develops. After Thursday, we could get into this ridge of high pressure and perhaps be looking at sunshine for the weekend. Highs nice. In the low 60s. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
It's still early, so some changes could happen. But
and once again, how much rain are you talking about tonight, possibly?
½ an inch. So maybe 3/4 of an inch of rain. The roads could be really wet tomorrow morning.
All right. Thanks, Kristen.